Hi guys, and welcome to episode 4 of my new YouTube series, How to Start a Successful Online Jewellery Business. In this video we're going to be looking at selling on marketplaces, but before I start I just want to say if you do find this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel because it's going to help the channel grow. So with that said, let's get into the video. So for those of you who don't know what a marketplace is an online platform that allows you to post listings, and then it's the marketplace's job to get visitors to their website and then put your products in front of those visitors. So it takes a lot of the hassle away of you from trying to market a website, for example. Now, I started my e-commerce journey back in 2012 selling on marketplaces. In fact, the first 2 years of my e-commerce journey was spent solely on eBay. And I still use the platform to a degree to this day, but it's nowhere near as important in my business as what it used to be. And you will learn so much using these marketplaces because you learn how to write good product titles, you learn how to write good product descriptions, how to create good images that are going to encourage people to buy. You also learn a lot of customer service based things. You learn how to deal with returns, you learn how to deal with unhappy customers, you learn how to deal with parcels going missing in the post, amongst many other things that you will encounter with customers, because you never know what a customer is going to say. They are great, and you can use this experience on your own website, and you will have learned a lot of things, what to do and what not to do, that you can apply to your own website. Now, I know a lot of people don't think about selling on marketplaces when they're starting their online jewelry business. Instead, they're thinking of creating their own website and selling through that. But honestly, marketplaces have a real benefit to your business, especially in the short term. Now, other than the things you'll learn that I mentioned earlier, you also get the chance to put your product quickly in front of thousands of potential buyers. And that is because the likes of eBay and Etsy get millions of visitors every single week, and a small percentage of them are looking for products exactly like yours. And to get this level of traffic to a website would either require you to be a social media marketing expert or have the budget to pay a social media marketing expert. And a lot of people, especially when they're first starting out, don't have either of these available to them. So it's better to go with marketplaces because you're getting your product in front of all these thousands of potential customers. And another benefit, especially when you're just starting out, is getting people to buy directly from your website when you're new can be quite difficult because people generally don't trust websites, especially websites they don't know. That is the reason why a large proportion of people go and buy from marketplaces, because they trust buying from these marketplaces. And because they trust buying from their marketplaces, they're more likely to trust you when you're selling through these marketplaces. And one of the big reasons why people like buying through marketplaces is, should anything go wrong, say they're unhappy with the product or there's any other problem with the transaction and they can't sort it out directly with the seller, they know that the marketplace will step in as a third party mediator to help resolve the issue. And this helps them feel safe and secure buying through these platforms. And one of the best and biggest benefits is the fact that you don't require any technical knowledge at all to start selling on marketplaces. You don't need to understand how to build a website, how to design a website, how to market a website. You don't need to understand any of that. All you need to do is simply figure out how to create a listing on the platform, post it, and your listing's available in front of all these potential buyers. So those are some of the benefits of selling on online marketplaces. But are there any downsides to selling on these marketplaces? Well, unfortunately there are. And the one that most people point to is the fees that these marketplaces charge. And these are called transaction fees. And this is a fee that the marketplace charges you every time you sell something. And these fees can range massively from marketplace to marketplace. I have seen them as low as 5% and I've seen them as high as 30%. It really does depend on the marketplace you're selling on. But these fees do eat into your profit. But that is where you need to look at marketplaces as a short-term sales solution, because you're getting your product in front of all of these people and you will start generating sales. And you can use this money to reinvest in your business, maybe your own website, and start marketing your own website. So eventually you can move away from selling on these marketplaces, which is what a lot of people do. because you don't want to become too tied into these marketplaces, especially if you just send on one marketplace, which was a trap I fell into. I only sold on one marketplace, and when my sales were affected on that marketplace, I found my business revenue fell quite rapidly. So you need to diversify your income, which is why I only suggest that you use marketplaces in the short term, or if they are part of your long-term strategy, just have them as a sales outlet rather than your primary sales source. And another downside to selling on marketplaces is it's difficult to build any brand identity on these marketplaces, because these marketplaces don't really push you and your brand. Instead, they just promote your products without really promoting their brand, because they want to promote their own brand so people come back to their platform and buy through their platform repeatedly. So they're not too bothered about pushing your brand. But you can potentially convert marketplace buyers into website buyers. And what you need to do is, whenever you sell something, whenever you're packaging it up, always make sure you have some marketing materials. This can be as simple as a business card or a flyer that you can put in your packaging and send to your customer to encourage them to visit your website. And it is really worth doing, especially if you throw your social media profiles into that leaflet or business card as well, because you're encouraging your customer to become interactive with your business outside of the marketplaces, which is what you want. So while it can be difficult to build a brand identity, you can use the customers that you get through these marketplaces and try and convert them into your own customers in the long term. It doesn't always work. You're not going to convert everybody, but even if you convert 10 to 20%, that's still a good return on top of your sales for getting these people to your own website. So that is why I think marketplaces are worth doing, especially in the short term. So how do you get started selling on these platforms? Well, it's really easy, and the barrier to entry is a lot lower than starting your own website. All you need to do is sign up to the platform, create an account, and then learn how to create a listing. And it's best to read through some of the how-to guides on their website, because they know how to create a listing on their own website. But before you post your own listing, it's best to do some research on your competition, especially if your competition has been selling on there a while, because they will have learned how to get their products to the top. So have a look at their product listing, have a look at their product title, have a look at their pictures. See if there's any kind of themes that the top sellers, not a single seller, sellers use, because you'll probably see that they word things in certain ways. And you want to take inspiration from this when you're creating your own listing. Now, you don't want to copy their listings. You want to take inspiration from their listings when creating your own ones. And also, before you create your first listing, take a look at episode 3 in our series, because that discusses how to price your products and how to factor in all the transaction fees so that you can figure out your profit margin. Honestly, it's worth the look. I hope this video has helped, and I hope you've enjoyed it. As I said before, if you can hit that like button and subscribe, it would really help, and I would really appreciate it. I hope you all have a great time, have a great week, and I'll see you on the next video.